got my hello. That's the right. Sorry, what's happened to the screen? Sorry guys, I was going to be watching it anyway. Oh. Right, oh that's still not right. Hello. So while I try and get my angle right, I'll just say hello. Oh that's better, that's perfect. You can see everything, yes. So we'll give it a couple of minutes before we get started properly. And in the meantime, if you want to say hello, give me a wave or a wee comment. If you've got any comments, any concerns, any conditions or limitations that you want to talk about, do so in the comments. Otherwise, let's just come to standing while we're waiting to begin. And see if you can spread your toes. We move. Spread your toes and get your feet nice and big, making that base as wide as possible. Pull the heels back. And then you want to get that weight nice and even. So think about the pressure under the heel, the pressure under the ball of the foot, and try and get that pressure even on the front, back, and also from side to side, so that you're standing in complete equilibrium. So standing with the minimum effort. And also, if you lock out your knees like this, like really not locking them out, just soften the knee a little bit, give it a slight micro bend, and that you should feel the leg muscles switch on when you do that. And that's what we want. We want that strong, stable base. So it's all part of the core from the soles of the feet right up the centre line of the body, like the core of an apple. Giving us that sthira, that stability, that strength. Once you're feeling that connection with the soles of the feet, nicely spread, nicely distributed evenly across the whole of the soles of the feet, just roll the shoulders. You can close your eyes or just take the gaze to the tip of the nose and soften the eyelids. Keeping the knees just gently softened. And imagine that you're pushing bubble wrap underneath your feet, under the heels and every toe and every millimetre of the soles of the feet, pushing down into that bubble wrap. And roll the shoulders again. And just take a few moments here and we'll wait and see if anybody else wants to join. And just bring your attention to the physical body, the movements, and the sensations all around the body. Just paying particular attention to that connection with the soles of the feet and your floor, your mat, whatever your surface is. Just roll the shoulders again, engaging the abdominals, pushing down strongly into the soles of the feet. And honestly, I cannot wait till I can get my hair cut. Just getting in the road now. Feel the sensations of the breath, the cool air coming in through the tip of the nose, filling the nasal cavity and all the way down the throat. Feel the movements of the breath, the chest and the abdominal cavity expanding as you inhale. Also, as you inhale, just be aware that the spine lengthens and straightens. And as you exhale, just gently dropping the shoulders back and down. Excuse me. Take a couple more breaths here, just paying attention to all these points, pushing down into the soles of the feet, getting that weight evenly distributed, keeping the knees soft. Lengthening right up the back of the spine, one vertebrae after the other, the back of the spine, back of the neck, and out through the crown of the head. See. Roll the shoulders back and down, and then gently open the eyes if you have them closed. And just roll the shoulders a couple more times. Big rolls all the way around and back. And then again, one more. And then just lift the shoulders and drop them, just up and drop. So the active part is the lift, and then you just release, drop the shoulders. And shake out the arms. So we're just going to do these little dow's twists or palm tree posture. So again, just keeping the feet maybe a bit hip width or maybe a little bit wider if you need to. Keep the hips facing the front. Keep the knees a little bit soft. But I don't want you to go around and twist your knees, okay? And you can look behind you and down maybe a couple of meters behind you on the floor. Or if that's making you feel a bit kind of dizzy and I'm going to topple over, just keep the gaze to the center at the tip of the nose. So the important thing is that we don't lock out our knees and start twisting from the hip, because then we're going to twist the knee, and that's not what the knee's for. It's not meant to be twisting as much as that. And just check in again with that weight distribution on the feet. Maybe coming a little bit back onto the heel, and just feel that releasing the spine. So you might start off with small movements and get bigger and bigger. Just releasing any tension. We want to get to a place of zero resistance. And when we're in zero resistance, energy is flowing in our system, our whole. Sorry, I just got a notification. The whole the physiology is working. All the systems are moving. Just come back in slowly. Just slowly shake out. And we're going to start rolling down slowly. So just lift up through the back of the neck and tuck the chin. Just daddy coming home. And we're just going to take the attention slowly right down the spine, one vertebrae at a time, stretching between each pair of vertebrae as you roll down. So you really feel that stretch. If you get to a bit that feels a bit tight, just spend a little extra an extra breath at that point and just keep moving down until you release all that tension and tightness, anything that needs to be released. Keep the knees soft, slowly come down, and then bend the knees as you come down. Handle and make sure that the neck just drops down, jaws relax, crown of the head coming down towards the floor. Keep the knees up. So if you're minding your low back, if you've got an issue with the low back, you might feel more comfortable with the legs just a little bit wider, with the knees just a little bit more bent. Just take the feet back from your own body and hang down here like this, crown of the head coming down. Just release the shoulders and the neck. Release here. And then we're going to start swinging from side to side. So to do that, we just take the weight over onto one foot and then the other and just let the body swing. So it's not a controlled movement. It's just the weight moving from one leg to the other is causing this whole body fluidly just to move from side to side. Right, go. I'm going to take this off. It's chilly in here, but I just feel it gets in the way. We need to see. There's a blanket for you. So just keep swinging side to side and feel that stretching at the very bottom of the hip, the back of the hip. Maybe you can take the feet wider if that helps. cheat sheet. And then come back to the center. Just take the hands down. So you might have your hands all the way down, or they might be on blocks, or you can have them on your knees if you need to. And all we're going to do is try to demonstrate this. We're going to bend the knees, exhale, and we're going to inhale and take the weight back onto the right foot and straighten the right leg, relaxing the neck. Take a breath here. Pushing down strongly into that foot. Remember that bubble wrap. Then exhale, bend the knees back to the center. I'm going to inhale and push into the left leg. Push back. So if you're minding your low back, you might not want to straighten that leg out. And that's fine. Just do what you can. Be gentle. We are having a bit of a stretch in the back of the legs and the hamstrings. So you could be here with the elbows on the knees. Just feel a stretch in the back of the knees, the back of the legs. And start to bend a little bit deeper, working the thigh muscles, pushing back into a straight leg, and watch how this leg's straight, this leg's angled, then a bend, and then a come up. This leg straight up and down, so the weight is directly over this leg, bend, straighten, weight directly over this leg, just to intensify that stretch in the back of that leg, going one at a time. Take an extra breath. And then bend the knees as deeply as you like, and straighten both legs up. Take the arms out. Don't worry if you can't touch the floor, it's fine. You could have a chair in front of you, or you could be using the wall, or just taking the hands onto the knees. Now we're just going to come curling up slowly. Soften the knees as you move, and we're going to inhale and pull the arms back. And at the same time, we're going to lift up one vertebrae at a time from the base. So we're really curling up from the bottom of the spine, scooping the belly in, coming all the way up. Exhale, prayer position down the center. Keep moving with the natural breath. So the breath should be what dictates the pace of this movement. And I'm just going to come up and stay up. And take reverse prayer. So take the hands together and drop the hands down behind the shoulder blades. Okay. Push gently, so a little bit of pressure into the palms of the hands, keeping a nice neutral low back. And again, just get that weight nice and even on the fronts and backs of the feet, left and right foot, inside, outside edge. And then from here, just flatten the hands like this, yeah? So the hands are just flat along the upper shoulders at the back. We're going to start just going into slight side bends. Keep the weight nice and even on all points of the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale down to the right and lift the left elbow up towards the ceiling. So really feeling a stretch right up to the armpit. So we've got these lymph nodes in the armpit, and this is going to help just get that lymph moving. So detoxing, elimination. back to the center, other side. So keep pushing down strongly into the feet. Nice strong base. And soft knees come back and swing out the arms. Let's release. Release. Shrug the shoulders, swing the arms. Make whatever random movements in the shoulders and the neck, and the chest and the spine. A bit of a swing. So we're going to come back into the stretch around the shoulder and the armpit. So we're going to take that arms up again, and this time, so we started off bending to the right. So we're going to take the right hand onto the left elbow and gently push that elbow back. So that doesn't mean coming into a hyperextension in the lumbar curve to compensate. It means keeping a nice neutral spine here, and just if you can, take that elbow and push it back the way, and then maybe a little tilt over to your right side. A couple of breaths here. Not forcing or wrenching anything. Then come back. Swing out. Just release the neck. Then we'll take the arms up and do the other side. So this left hand onto the right elbow, pushing back. So you might not get this. It might be that the hand's here and you're just doing some kind of gentle modification. But feel a nice stretch around the armpit and around the shoulder. And keep a neutral spine. And then a slight bend to the left. Stretch moving all the way down the torso. And release. And come back. And just move around. Make these random movements in the neck, the shoulders, and the head, chest. Just releasing. And just come back. We're going to come up again with the hands into this reverse prayer. Really just pushing gently with the hands, keeping the neutral spine here. So we're not overdoing that lumbar curve, just to get our hands further back. Keep it neutral. I'm going to come into a slight back bend now. And what you can do here is you can keep your hands here to rest your head and support your neck. Or if you want, you can take the arms out behind and just take a few breaths here in whatever intensity of back bend suits. So you need to be pushing strongly into the feet, keeping the knees soft, and make sure that you get that weight even on the fronts and backs of the feet. Try and neutralize the low back at the waist. So remember, you can have this support here, or even take the hands down onto the back of the hips. Lengthen up the back of the spine. And then take the hands behind, tuck the chin, bend the knees, come back to neutral, and then slowly release the shoulders, the neck, the spine. Start moving, maybe side to side. And then do a kind of half hula hoop around the back. And back to the center line again. Do whatever you need to do to release. And then we'll come up and we'll do these Taoist twists again. It'll be nice and even. Spread the toes, soft knees. Remember the hips face the front. Don't twist your knees. Be gentle. And then just gently come back to the center line. Roll the shoulders. Let's stand into Tadasana, checking in. So we started off bringing the attention to the breath, to the physical movements in the body, to physical sensations, any kind of anything you're experiencing in the body. So just come back here for a second, take a few breaths and check in. It's really important to have time being active and then time to reflect and just connect and notice what's happening in the body. Being aware of the experience, the breath, physical body, the energetic body. What's wrong? What do you want? What do you want? And when you're ready, just gently open the eyes. Back. And now we're going to just take the feet wide. So it doesn't matter how wide, just comfortably wide. Okay? Not like Jean-Claude Van Damme doing his straddle splits. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of windmill down so that the left hand comes down to the right foot or knee or thigh, it doesn't matter. And then right back up to here again. So we're not just doing some kind of jazzy thing, right? We're coming up and down and up and down. And also what we're not doing is just slumping over side to side, just throwing the body down. What I want you to do is pay attention to the feet. And as you come from the left hand over to the right, make sure that the weight doesn't all just transfer over onto that right foot. Shoosh. You've got to still have weight down, and you will feel the difference in the core as you do this in a conscious way, just coming down. And again, it's not about how wide your legs are, it's not about how big your movement is, just move with the breath. Inhale back up, exhale down to the other side. Keep the neck nice and relaxed. So if you find it difficult, if you're quite wide, then just bring the feet back in, because this is all about the core, yeah, and the core controlling the movement. And keeping the knees soft. So feeling that core from the sole of the foot, up the legs and up the center line. Let's control the movement. You can adjust the position. With your feet, if you want to make it wider, I'll just roll on the 22nd of April when I get my hair cut. Keep pushing down, keep that weight even on the feet. Left foot, right foot, front, back of the foot, all parts of the foot, nice even weight. Keeping it nice and controlled. Now we're going to come down to the right and stay there. So left hand comes down. So it can come down onto the floor or maybe just outside of the knee or even just the thigh. It's not important. What's important is the base, that you're pushing down evenly into both feet and the hand and feeling how that switches on the core. And then at the same time, your right hand comes onto the back of the right hip and push down and twist on the core. So you could be here, you could be here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a huge big movement. Just get that core and get that foundation in place. Drawing the shoulder blades back towards the center line. Keep pushing down, keeping the knees unlocked. And then turn the feet just a couple of inches from here to here. And lift up and twist. And from here, either keep the hand on the back of the hip or take the arm around behind, or you can take the arm up. So your hand can be on the foot, outside edge of the leg. Just make sure that you're pushing into the left foot as well as the right. Right, Harry, go with your dad. That's them away now. Pushing down and feeling it from the soles of the feet up the legs, the core. That's where the thrust from this twist is coming from. Then gently come down. Yes, shake out. Let's just slowly come up. We'll come down again a couple of times and then go on to the left side. So just, if you want to, just come all the way back and shake out completely if you wish. Let's do what you need to do. Again, get your position with the legs, just feet parallel, legs moderately wide. Inhale, exhale, just following that movement down, tracking that down with the breath, and keeping your attention on the soles of the feet. Now we're going to take that right arm, cross to the left and hold it there, pushing down strongly into the hand and into both feet evenly, or take the hand onto the leg, it's fine. Left hand on the back of the hip and push down and feel the core twisting you around. And you can take the hand, just drape it across the back. If you're minding your shoulder, or you can take the arm up and just push. And then just turn the feet slightly, so both feet now turning into this twist. And release. It's important to know about this core from the feet all the way up the legs. If you start locking out your legs, then you're switching off the muscles, you're switching off the whole ability to keep the core nice and strong. Now I'm just going to do a stretch, one leg at a time. So just keeping the hands more or less in the center, bend one leg, push down into both feet. So this straight leg, you need to push down into that foot to switch on all these muscles to protect your knee, because you don't want to push the knee sideways. And then I'm over to the other side. And as you sink down, feel that nice stretch in the straight leg on the inside of the leg. And then if you start to get into a deeper stretch, you may feel that you need to take your legs wider. All we want to do is get a nice stretch. Maybe deepening the stretch with every breath, moving the hands if you need to, across to the side. Now come over to the right and stay here. Take a breath, pushing down into that left leg, pushing down into the right leg. Feel the stretch. I'm going to twist the whole body and the feet to face the right. And step your left foot forward a little bit and let that foot come out at a slight angle. So instead of doing like this, just turn it out a little bit, okay? Push down evenly into both feet. And here's what I like to do here. If you're up here, that's fine. Get the hips facing the front and get the weight even. You need weight on that back foot. So lift up onto the heel and feel that weight sinking back onto the left foot. And let it back down and up a few times. And then if you want, you can bend and straighten this front leg. And just relax the arms down wherever they go. They might be across the back. Might be much further up. You could use a wall or a chair. Push down strongly into both feet and stay here. Inhale, lengthen through the torso. Exhale, scoop the belly in and fold forward. Relax the neck and shoulders. Now we're going to take that left hand and back onto the back of the left hip and twist. Keeping the legs straight but not locked. Twist. You can take the right hand inside the leg if you want. You can either drape the arm across the back or lift it up, whatever you want. And then twist the neck down so that you're gazing at the floor. So you've got a double twist. Twisting the chest to the left, twisting the head to the right. Don't worry about the hand being on the floor. Make sure the legs are straight but not locked. That strong base. And then just come back. Now just come back to the center here and hold. Take a few breaths here. And then bend the front knee, turn that left foot out a little bit more to the side. We're going to do a 4-part movement. Okay, 4-part movement. So 2 complete rounds of breath. So we've got an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we're going to inhale. We're going to bend the front knee. Make sure that left foot is turned out as much as it needs to be. And at the same time, we're going to scoop up the same as we did before. So we're scooping up from the base of the spine up slowly so that we've got a nice neutral low back. Inhale up. So inhale to move. Exhale, bending the front knee, sinking down. Then inhale to move, straightening up the front leg as we tilt. And when we get to halfway, exhale, fold. I'm going to demonstrate that again from the side and change the angle. So, I'll show you again. Inhale, bend the front knee and scoop the arms out to the side. Keeping a nice neutral spine. Inhale to move, exhale, dig a bit deeper. Pull this back leg forward so that you can feel the hips coming towards the front. So that's your exhale. Inhale, prayer. As you straighten up the front leg and fold. When you get to halfway, exhale down. Let's do another 3 of these. Moving in time with your own natural breath. If you need to take a break, take a break. When we've done 5, we're going to hold the position here in warrior 1. So do as many as you're doing. If you're doing 5, that's fine. If you're not, then that's fine too. Just don't beat your body up. And when you're in your position, just stay here. Just pulling that back leg forward, bending the front knee, pushing down strongly into the legs. And then tuck the chin, come back down, all the way down and back to the center. So you'll be like this. And then just gently release the legs side to side. Do the other side now, so just take your time. And if you want to just hang forward for a bit, keeping the pushing down into the feet, keeping the knees locked. To switch off the thighs now and just rest. Relax the neck. And the breath restore back to a nice calm equilibrium. Then when you're ready, just come side to side again. Cross, pushing down into the foot on the straight leg to protect the knee. And then across to the left. Hold it, take a breath. And then turn. Turn everything to the left. Step the right foot a little bit forward and out to the side. And then just get that nice feeling that you're planted down into this back leg. So what I see a lot of is this. Just lifting the heel up to try and get down, to get the hands on the floor. And it's not important to have the hands on the floor at all. You want to have a nice strong base, strong foundation. Keep lifting up onto that heel and letting go. Bend and straighten the leg if you need to. And just hold here, inhale and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, scoop the belly in and just come forward. Hold the position. And then we'll come into our open twist. So the right hand comes onto the back of the right hip and then just twist that elbow back. And then you can take, if you want, the left hand inside the knee and twist the right arm up. And then twist the neck down, so the double twist. Twisting the chest to the right, twisting the head to the left. Lengthen everything, the legs, the spine, the arms, and the neck. Pushing into the hand if you've got your hand on the ground, or just pushing into the leg, pushing into the legs, the feet into the ground. And then release. Now I'm going to do this 4-part movement again. So the inhale, exhale, 2 rounds of breath. Turn the right foot out of it, angle it out to the side, and inhale, bend the front knee and scoop up from the back. So we're really rolling up from the back. Inhale to move, exhale to dig a bit deeper. Pulling that right leg forward. Inhale, start moving, straighten the leg. Get to halfway, and then exhale, come all the way down. And again, inhale, bend the front knee, and scoop up. Moving in time with your natural breath. And if you need to just take some time out and take a break, that's fine. So if your breathing goes really fast, maybe you're working a little bit too hard. I know we all like to do aerobics and get the heart pumping, and it's just important to know that when you're puffing and panting and gasping for breath because you're running or you're doing something, your cells are screaming for oxygen, and it's the cells that need the oxygen. It's not about the externals. We want to be strong and healthy for this COVID, fighting disease. And for that, we need oxygen in our cells. One more time, we'll come up and stay in warrior one. And hold the position as long as you wish. And just come down. Back to the center, hang forward, just release your feet. Until wiggle your toes a bit, bend the knees, move around, lock out the knees and hang forward. Take a few breaths here. Just take a few breaths, releasing in whatever way you need to. From here, drop the hands, release side to side, hands on the knees, just come up slowly, circles, half circles round, scoop the belly in and come up, slowly bring the legs together, shake, release the legs, ankles. Oof, time flies when you're having fun. My goodness, it's 22. So we're over the hump now. I'm going to go into a nice balance. Okay, so if you feel that you need to be beside the wall, if somebody's got osteoporosis or pregnant or they've got an inner ear thing and they need to be beside the wall, that's fine. Nothing against that. But if you can, just try to balance from that core that we've been talking about the whole time, the core of the apple up the center from the feet all the way up. And don't be on two mats, just watch your surface. I like one thin mat on a wooden floor. If you've got a rug, a mat, and a blanket, it's maybe too much. So for balance, we need to have a reasonably hard surface. So just spread the toes and then take the weight onto the right foot. So I'm going to give you options. So tree, taking the weight onto the right foot, and then if you can take the left foot right up like this, that's fine. Just pushing the legs together. Or if you want to, you can just take the foot into the calf. But we want, whatever you're doing, you push that leg and that foot together and switch on at the groin, and from there lengthen up through the spine and push back into an imaginary board and feel the stability. So even if you want to have the toes down so that you've got that as a kind of stabilizer, I do prefer this to being against the wall, and then you're just like, oh yeah, I'm doing a tree, and you're just kind of hanging on the wall. So just get that core switched on, get the stability from within. And if you want to, you can just be here, using the toe on the floor as a stabilizer, but pushing that leg and that other foot towards each other and lengthening up and pushing back against the imaginary board behind you, and feel all that, creating an inner stability, keeping you nice and strong. And then just shake out and release. And just take the foot or the weight onto the ball of the foot and shake the leg from side to side. Releasing a leg, shake a leg. And then the other side. Circle the ankles, massaging the feet into the mat as well. Always feel this at the soles of the feet. And then we'll take the left foot down, spread the toes now. And then take the right leg up. So again, if you're here, that's fine. You're pushing that foot and that leg together really strongly and pushing against the imaginary board behind you, keeping the hips facing the front. So careful not to take that leg too far out. So it's just going to make you topple. And remember your options. You could be here. You could be here with the toes down. And you could be here for a few breaths, and then another few breaths. Just trying to cultivate that inner stability from the core. And when you're ready, shake out. And I'm just going to come down. So slowly come down onto your mat. Just give yourself a good old shake out. Legs, feet, ankles. And then curl down slowly, slowly. Bend the knees, come all the way down. Stretch out the legs behind. Shake out whatever you need to shake out. And then get your layers on if you need to. And calming it down now. And I'm going to just come down onto the sit bone. So pull the flesh away. And here's where if you need a block, and a block underneath the sit bones that you need to. This really helps because it lifts you up and it gives gravity on your side. And then all we're going to do is going to take the left knee up on left knee, and out to the side. Okay. So you might not need a block. Just feel that weight distribution on the sit bones. You don't want to be all over one sit bone or the other. If this isn't working for you, you might have one leg just out to the side in a nice comfortable position. You might have cushions or something under that leg. Just get comfortable and check in with your knees. I'm going to change the angle again. This. So what we're going to do first is just to check in with that base, that stira, grounding down into the sit bones. I want you to move around. So you might not be that far forward, but just move around. And just the point is that we don't want to move the weight from the sit bones. We're just keeping the weight pushing down into the sit bones as we move around. And maybe we'll come down a little bit and a little bit more. And it doesn't matter how far. You're going to feel a stretch in the back of your leg when you get to your edge, and it doesn't matter where that is. But push yourself back away into the sit bones. And then once you're down to that edge, just stay here. Keep the weight evenly on both sit bones and just fold forward. So you might have your thumb underneath your calf and push down and use that as a way of levering yourself forward whilst lengthening through the spine and opening through the chest. If you've comfortably got a hold of your toes, you can just gently pull them back. You don't go run up in the chest just to get to the hands to the toes. And push down into the palms of the hands, or one hand, the whole base, the heel, the calf, the sit bones, the knee, the ankle, the whole base pushing down, lengthening up as you inhale, scooping the belly in as you exhale, and coming deeper into this Janushasana. This is head to knee. So the head is coming down towards the knee and we're stretching the whole of the back body. This is good for the kidneys. Good for the kidney meridian. And maybe take one hand on the back of the head and draw off the elbow down. Just the weight of that arm is just going to intensify that stretch in the back and spine. And then release, come down, push yourself back. I'm going to keep this position with the leg if it's comfortable. And we're going to bend the straight leg, so that's the right leg, and take it up. Give that leg a little shake out. Now we're going to do this mudra. So mudra is like an attitude or a gesture, and it's called Virasana, hero's pose. And this is good for balancing the mind, increasing the power of concentration, and allowing more awareness of the unconscious realms. That's a bit deep for a Friday night. And induces physical and mental relaxation quickly. So it's good for just balancing the mind. This is good for people who think too much. We need to do more of this. Good for the kidneys as well. So this is kidney, liver, reproductive and abdominal organs. So what we're going to do is bend this knee and literally just take the elbow here and rest. So it's like you're just chilling down by the beach, sitting at the prom. And make sure you've got no tension here. So you need to take this leg out of it just to make sure that it's just relaxed completely. Imagine sitting on the wall beside the prom, watching the world go by. Close your eyes. Just relax completely. And you can sit here for quite a bit longer. So that was so relaxing. But the other side to do. So just release, give your legs a little shake out. Let's do windscreen wipers. Take your feet up to the edge of the mat and just go side to side. And then we'll do our head to knee pose on the other side. Again, just take what props you need. If you want something under the knee, if you want something under the sit bones, just get comfortable. And to start with, just walking the hands around, keeping the weight on both sit bones nice and even. Exploring that stretch, coming deeper into it. And then come forward and down into your Janushirasana. Just keeping the weight on both sit bones. Again, you can hold on to your toes and pull them gently back. So we've got this anatomy train, we've got this, if you know about fascia, and it comes from here, the ball of the foot, down the sole of the foot and up the back of the leg, up the whole of the back body, the back of the shoulders, then right down to here, right down the whole back body, all in one big sheath. Okay? And that whole part, that whole sheath is bladder and kidney. So your waterworks. Just come down, draw the chin to the chest, and optionally take the right hand all to the back of the head and draw the elbow down. So it's important not to lift the elbow. We want everything in the back switched off. Lengthening up the front of the spine as you inhale. Scooping the belly in as you exhale. And then gently let go, take your hands down, push yourself back. So some people are quite externally rotated so they can open the hips. It's a bone structure thing, it's a genetic thing. Okay? Some people are naturally the other way, so the internal rotation. And some people might be neither. So it might be that for you prefer to take the knee here and rest, because this is how it's described in the book. But this, that might work for you. If it does, that's fine. But it doesn't have to. Just get this leg comfortable. Everything nice and easy, nice and comfortable. And just resting the elbow on the knee. Chin on the hand. I've got all this read and I'm not going to sing. I can't remember the words. I'm not going to sing. It's got an Otis Redding song attached to this. Just relax. Just staying true to the body, physical sensations. Take a few more breaths here. And then gently start to open your eyes slowly. Just move around. Just the last movements, any last movements that you feel you need to take, just to stretch, twist, push, pull, shake out. Don't do anything crazy. Just something nice and gentle. Anything that you feel you need for the body at all. And then when you're ready, make sure you've got layers on, get yourself comfortable in your relaxation. Socks, pillows, cushions, blankets. The big thing is, because we're all practicing at home, you can, if you want, to sit with your legs up the wall, or get a sofa or a bed and just rest your knees on top. Or take the feet to the corners of the mat and roll the feet open, and then take the arms about the same angle as the legs, just like this. Palms facing up, rolling the shoulders. If you've got a low back issue and this isn't comfortable, you might want a big cushion under the knees, or if not, just take the feet up, resting the soles of the feet at the edge of the mat and dropping the knees in. Do not hold the knees up in tension. Okay? Just take whatever position is good. You can take one hand on the low belly, one hand on the upper chest, keeping the elbows down, or you can just keep the hands out, nice and straight, nice and flat. And just stay here. Some nice deep breaths. Stay as long as you have, how much time you have. When we work quite hard and then we go into relaxation, we go right into that relaxation a lot more regularly, a lot more. You get more bang for our buck. What we want to do is balance out that left brain, right brain, and get into the parasympathetic response, where all the systems switch back on again. The immune system, minor repairs in the body, getting rid of abnormal cells, all that stuff starts to work. Illumination, digestion, all starts to switch back on when you come out of the stress response. So stay here as long as you can with the body, with the breath, and then close the session. You can stay here as long as you want. When you're ready to come out, just do so nice and gently. And drink plenty of water and have a lovely weekend. Thank you for joining. Bye. Stay safe. Bye.